curves and lines on the cutting edge of design. An engine like a symphony, and an inherent lifestyle that defines the fast lane. It's the Italian sports car, and next stop on the ultimate car show, the world of Italian motoring, the Concorso Italiano.
Concorso Italiano is one of my favorite events up here, and it used to be just a meeting, a little gathering amongst the Maserati club. 20 years later, it's become one of the Triple Crown events.
We find the Concorso Italiano at the Black Horse Golf Course in the town of Seaside, just minutes from Monterey. This year, the event welcomes more than 900 owners and automobiles, representing a dozen makes and models.
If you are a fanatical Italian car enthusiast, you're here today.
I have to be here. It's a great place to get resources, to find parts, and just get together with people that have pretty much the same sicknesses.
It's epidemic. The one-day festival attracts over 10,000 spectators and the most infectious marks.
Ferraris, Lamborghinis. You can see by my colors, I'm definitely a Ferrari guy.
Lamborghini.
Maseratis.
They are the premier Italian automobiles, and today, a rare opportunity to examine them side by side to see what truly defines each one, from their legendary designs and engineering to the heart of their brand identity.
The history of Italian sports cars starts on the racetrack.
These cars represent the competitive character of modern Italy.
The Italians were extremely passionate about racing. It was a lifestyle, and cars was definitely integrated into the fabric of Italy. You can see it when you look at the cars, the detail, the experimentation, the commitment to winning.
And if the race car was king, engineers and coach builders were the gods, challenged to unleash faster cars with bodies that made the country stir. Brand identity was key, and to copy was criminal.
Just an incredible amount of passion that goes into the automobiles, and it manifests itself in the cars.
Today, this legacy endures.
There's two other reasons why these cars are so desirous. Number one, horsepower. All of the Italian cars have always been rated with the top horsepower available. Well, that's what Ferraris and Lamborghinis and Maseratis have under the hood. Number two, the sleek styling, the smooth look, the unusualness of the car gives that guy an ego trip when he's behind the wheel that he can't find anyplace else.
Which brings us first to the Ferrari camp.
You see a car going down the street, you see a Porsche, you see a Corvette, you see any kind of car like that, and then you see a Ferrari, and people stop and look.
While the heart of Ferrari remains its Formula One team, the Ferrari road car is, without question, the classic Italian sports car. And it is also one of the most recognizable, from its iconic logo and Ferrari red exterior, to the decades of legendary styling by designers like Pininfarina, to its signature sound.
The exotic nature of the engine, high pitch, very high performance. It's the sound. You can tell distinctively the sound of a Ferrari.
You can hear it a mile away.
Ferrari engines are capable of speeds up to 200 miles an hour and 0 to 60 just north of 4 seconds. More conservative and elegant than Ferrari, Maserati dominated the racetrack for over 3 decades. Building upon this success, they developed an elegant line of curvaceous, high-performance 2- and 4-door road cars. As fast as these Gran Turismos, or GTs, were, Maserati created them as cars of elegance and performance.
In early 60s, everything was kind of an experiment with Maserati. Every car was a little bit unique. Every car was kind of an advancement from the car ahead of it.
Here, there are decades of Maseratis. From the 3500 GT to the Mistral, Ghibli, and Bora, to their newest entry in the market, a 390 horsepower GT with a top speed over 170 miles per hour.
Fabulous supercar.
If Ferrari exists as the classic sports car and Maserati as the elegant GT, then Lamborghini is the outlaw, the outsider, the rebel. Not only for its outrageous angular styling, wild colors, and big V12 500-plus horsepower engines, but also because it has forever blown off Italy's beloved pastime, Formula One racing.
We don't produce an Enzo, and we don't race Formula One against Ferrari. What we produce is a product for the people who like something that is different. Some people have said a bad boy's car that has color.
Lamborghini owners twist necks on every street, from the refined 350 and 400 GT to the muscle of the Miura and Countach, to the 210-mile-per-hour Diablo and Murcielago, to the debut of their latest supercar.
The brand new Lamborghini Gallardo, a fabulous automobile priced a little bit lower than the normal exotic sports car. It's not a $250,000 car. This is not your father's Ferrari, but it is a spectacular car. I think the wait is probably about 10 deep at every dealership for the first car.
A typical Lamborghini owner would be a small businessman that has made good. He wants a little individualism, something that makes him stand out and makes it worth all the time and effort that one goes through to get an extra buck.
And they also appeal to those who hit it big at the mini-mart.
There are Lamborghini people who, grace of God and good fortune, have the winning lottery number. And the first thing they buy is a Lamborghini.
I'm happy to bring you the Gallardo.
Which brings up a final point, something that each car has in common: price.
What is the difference in price?
With an average sticker price of over $150,000, these sports cars are reserved for the wealthiest collectors. But if drivers gathered at this event weren't willing to pay top dollar, this wouldn't be the ultimate car show.